Can you even believe another year has come and gone? Do you feel like you even checked a box off your list?
This episode is going to help you live your best life this year in 2026 and live with no regrets.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Why You Worried About It. I am Lindsay Bush, HR Director with Country Crossroads Counseling.
And hi, everybody. I'm Susie Arbo. I'm a licensed professional counselor. We're on this journey to a better you. We can't even wait to do this episode. And today is kind of a special day for us because it is one of our co-hosts' birthday. It is Lindsay's birthday today.
It is my birthday, 29 again. Don't do the
Yeah.
math. My kids are getting older, but I am not. It's okay. It's okay. Actually, I'm so good with it. I love a birthday, a day to celebrate, right? A
Mhm.
month to celebrate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a birthday month. And, you're only as old as you feel, and when you hear people kind of walking around, they're like, oh, I feel so old. I feel, and it's just kind of like, well, you know what? Do something to make yourself feel younger, and we get another year on this earth, and that is a blessing. And so it's fun to get to celebrate you and tell everybody what you're
Yes.
doing today for it.
Oh gosh. Okay. So we have a little band situation that we're been doing, and I love to sing. And so nothing makes me happier than just having a beverage and sitting and listening to music. So we're gonna do a little jam session at a local bar, just hanging out, and we're super excited. It's the first time we've ever done it. So I'm excited to have it. We're hosting lots of different people coming in and just gonna hang out, have some fun. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And Lindsay, part of your self-care is music, I feel like, and that's
Mhm.
sometimes what charges your battery. And
Mhm.
so, it can look very different for people. You know what I mean? Like people have different ways that they feel better and they charge their battery, and that is definitely one for you. So I'm so glad that you get to do
Absolutely.
that today with your friends.
Yes,
So
I'm
it's gonna be
excited.
fun.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so we all know, it is 2025 is coming to an end, right? And actually, this year was interesting because it was called the Year of the Snake.
Mm.
And I don't know about you, but what is your feelings about like that reference? Like, what do you think of when you think of a snake?
Oh, it sounds very conniving or deceiving or, something like that to me. I know there's probably great things behind it. I'm not an astrological or person that follows all that stuff, but I'm sure there's good things about it, right? We can find good things and everything, but it definitely doesn't, it feels icky. It feels like it wasn't a great year just by the name of it.
Yep. And that's what a lot of people are talking about right now, whether you believe in that stuff or not. And Lindsay, you and I talk a lot about reframing, and I am sure there was a million things that were so good about 2025 for you, and then maybe there are some things in 2025 that weren't so good,
Mhm.
And then, moving forward into 2026, I'm excited about this year because it is actually the year of the horse. Isn't
Oh,
that
is it?
cool?
That's so cool.
Yeah, sure is. It sure is. It's done. So, here at Country Crossroads, we are big goal setters and we are planners, and we know the importance of having some intentions and whatnot for a year. And so that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to talk about today is just how to make 2026, one of your best years yet, and to kind of, I guess, have a great year.
I'm so excited. I absolutely love anybody that knows me knows that I love like organization. I love planning. I love having things to look forward to, whether that be a trip or a goal. I got my house. I'm wanting to remodel and do some stuff. So I'm so excited for 2026. It makes sense. It's the year of the horse. Like now it's all coming together. It's going to be the best year yet. And truly, I think it's just all in our minds, right? It's
Mhm.
how we look at it. Anybody could look at any of them, any of the years, and be like, "Oh, it's going to be terrible," or "This is happening, this is happening." But anytime you look at it, and if there's chance for growth, and if you look at it in a positive way, it's who wouldn't be more excited about it that way? Like if you dwell on the bad stuff, obviously, then you're not going to look forward to
Mhm.
anything. So I'm so excited. I love. We do our vision boards every year
Mhm.
and set our goals and our intentions. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people They set their New Year's resolutions or, whatever you want to call them, some goals for the year. And then by February, they have usually given up on them.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of reasons for that. However, we're here today to encourage you that even if you have days that you don't complete your goals or you're not working towards them, or you have a rough time, you got to keep going and you got to keep, kind of keep one foot in front of the other and keep that momentum going. And that was the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about today is that a lot of times people, the reason that they fail with their goals is that they set goals or intentions that are too vague, like they're not really clear, and then they don't have any steps of how they're going to get there, right? Like maybe they say I want to lose weight or something, or maybe they say I want to, save money. But then they don't have, and it's just vague. Like, yes, those are great goals and they're very attainable. Anybody can do those two things.
Mhm.
But if you don't have a plan and
Mhm.
then you're not writing them down and making that time and that effort in your planner or whatnot to do those things, you're probably not going to
Mhm.
accomplish them. Another reason that people fail is because sometimes their goals are, either based on some kind of comparison to somebody else that they're watching and it's not really their own desire, but they're thinking, man, I should do this, right? Because everybody else is doing it. And that people can fall into that trap. And then another thing too, and this is kind of crazy because we love to dream big at Country Crossroads, and we do dream big, and we've got some really big things that we want to do in our future, and I no doubt in my mind we're going to do them. However, sometimes people set their goals so big, so if the dreams are too big, or they can kind of be unattainable. So break those down into smaller goals, and then hit those smaller goals that lead you up to that big goal. One thing that we love to do at Country Crossroads Counseling is we send out it's like a reflections or like a goals sheet for 2020. We've done it since 2023, 24, 25, and it covers all the different areas of your life. And it can cover anything from family, spirituality, professional, wellness, mental and emotional, financial, and leisure goals. And so I will go ahead and I will show it to you kind of like this, if you will. These are my last 2 years, you guys. And looking at these things, they're on my fridge. They're tattered, they're torn, there's coffee stains on them. But I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of these things on here, even though some of them I haven't hit, I'm making progress and they will go back on my sheet for next year. But a lot of them I'm going to highlight and say we did it. And it's so
Mhm.
fun. Lindsay, these that we do every year
Mhm.
for the
Yeah.
company, and we've given them to the public too. So we can even put maybe a link out for people so that they can enjoy it too.
Yeah, I really love it. It's almost like that adrenaline rush of marking off the it's like the major to-do list. It's the mother of all to-do lists right there is your goal sheet, right? That's how I feel about it. Like it's the big stuff. It's not your day-to-day. It's and it could be, I guess, if you struggle with that, but it's like those big things that you really want to focus on. What's life changing in all of those areas for you? What do you want to see? If you wanted to look at your life a year from now, where do you want to be in all those areas and how are you going to get there? Like it's not just the basic day-to-day stuff, although that might be drink more water. That could make a big difference for
Hmm.
basic day to day and make next year way better. So, yeah, don't challenge yourself. And I was going to share whenever you were talking about the goals and like setting them, and a lot of the phrases you were using makes me think of we taught this, and I know you know it too. The SMART goal, if you think of any of your goals and put them in a smart form, it's so much easier just to break it down because sometimes you don't know where to start, right? You just pick something and you freak out about it and you're like, oh my gosh, now what? What do you do? But if you look up the acronym, it's SMART. Some people say it differently, but being specific about your goal, making sure it's measurable. How are you going to hold yourself accountable, right? And then I've always done that for is it attainable? Is it real? And then is it realistic? And then timely, set a timeline. It'd be real easy to say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, are we going to do that in 6 months, a year? Like, what are you looking at? Like, and we have to be healthy and smart about a lot of these decisions. And that's where you want to be. I think that's a really good way to make sure you're not over lofty on those goals, right? Like, we could say, okay, I got to lose 30 pounds in a month. Okay, like let's be, that's not healthy, that's not all the things. So looking at it then and really being realistic, I think that helps. So just remember that SMART goal tool, because I know I used to use it all the time. We use it a lot in business and different things like that whenever we're setting goals for companies and things like that. But you can use it in your day-to-day life too.
Absolutely. You sure can. You sure can. Those I love the SMART goals, and you're always so good about doing those, Lindsay. So um another thing too that we were kind of talk about is going from goals to more of kind of a direction kind of mindset. So rather than saying things like, I have to change everything right now. Like, oh my gosh, my life is a mess. I have to change everything. Asking yourself like a more clarity kind of question, what direction do I want my life to move? And kind of sitting down, giving yourself some space with a pen and paper or with your computer or notes on your phone, whatever that looks like for you, and really thinking about that. What do I want? Because so many people just aimlessly wake up every day and they're like, okay, I hope today is a good day. But they have no intentions or they don't have any way of really dreaming or having an idea of where they want to end. And so, of course, you're going to just kind of go through the motions. And so, when you can ask yourself that easy question, and that's going to be your call to action today, is what direction do I want my life to move in this year? And write that down, all of it from those six core areas we just talked about. And then you know what? That's kind of your baseline of where you're going to start getting real smart, as Lindsay would say, and specific with your goals. So I encourage you,
Mhm.
this weekend, if you have time, next weekend, whenever, it doesn't have to be by January 1st. Like people are always like, oh, I need to start it and every day needs to be perfect. No way, Jose. Life is not perfect. We are not perfect. And so we need to give ourselves a lot of grace and a lot of just
Mhm.
keep the momentum going.
Mhm. Yep. And look at it. And what is it? The eat the elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And it's okay, right? Like you're gonna have bad days, and that's there. That doesn't mean you have to throw in the towel, or it doesn't mean it, or change it a little bit. If you're doing it or you're trying and you're struggling every day, but you're really giving it a go, maybe you're not doing the right goal or the right thing. Maybe you need to focus on something else that's gonna help you work
Mhm.
towards that bigger goal. So don't be afraid to change things either. You're not a failure just because the one thing that you decided you were going to work on this year didn't work out. It's okay. If life was the same, the days were same every day, then how boring would it be? So just roll with it and challenge yourself to be flexible and give yourself grace. I think that's a really big part of this is allowing yourself to fail a little bit and still be able to jump back on that train and really as long as you're working towards that bigger, greater good goal, it's going to be worth it.
Absolutely. And write them down or get your goals out there. There's so much research out there. You can Google it, you can chat GPT it right now. If you write down your goals, some of the studies show that actually 80% of people who write down their goals will attain them. Versus people that just keep them up in their mind. You know what I mean? And it's good you've got them up there if you're daydreaming about
Mm-hmm.
them or whatever, but have them somewhere and put them somewhere that you can see them all the time. There's an old saying that says, out of sight, out of mind. And it is so true. If you just write them down, tuck them away, put them in a
Mm-hmm.
folder, and you just never look at them. But when they're staring at you every day on your fridge
Yep.
or in your planner, you're going to think, oh my gosh, what am I doing today? What is one tiny baby little step that I can do today, that will help me get closer to that goal. And Lindsay, we're big planner type people. We
Mm-hmm.
have our new planners out for Country Crossroads. We're super excited about them. Last year we had awesome planners. This year we've got kind of a different version of them, and they're so good. And every day I know I get so excited just when the end of the year comes. I sit down and I learned this from John Maxwell, who's one of my mentors and somebody that just is amazing. But he always talks about his last year of the month. He reflects on what all the things were, and that was our last podcast we covered, right?
Yep.
Was reflections of last year, what you want to pull into this year, and then he talks about kind of what he wants to do for the next year. And I learned that from him years ago, and it's just so cool to reflect on that, and then just figure out and like you said, get excited,
Yes.
right? Like rather than like
I'll come
set yourself up
around.
for set yourself up for success. So.
Yeah. And when you talk about that, it makes me think, I know you've told us this before when we've talked about like different people in the company and different roles that people have and like kind of where they're going to be. There's a difference between the dreamers and the doers.
Oh
The
yeah.
dreamers, like I know you've shared that with us, like, but the dreamers kind of keep it all up here, right? Like it's just like, oh, we have so many ideas and all these things, but then there's doers that actually are writing it down. You're making those changes, you're making those steps. And dreamers are wonderful, right? Like we need dreamers out there, but we need a lot more doers
Hmm.
because the doers are going to be the ones that get those dreams done. So just think about it. What are you right now? Are you just dreaming? Are you just daydreaming every day? Or are you actually doing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. I love it so much. So we want to just encourage you, even if, and I, like I said, I always have this thing where, when I talk about New Year's resolutions, that kind of stuff, people are like, oh, I don't set them because I never do them. If you are one of those people, we get it, right? We
Yeah.
empathize with you. There's lots of goals that aren't achieved. However, we just want you to open your mind this year, the year of the horse, to really, move forward. It's momentum. It is, one step in front of the other, and live your very best life because you deserve that for yourself. You deserve to be every single, piece of what you're supposed to be, have purpose in this world. And so we just encourage you to take those steps to be that good human and have some intentions. And, if you're a parent, show your kids how goals can be set and how you can work towards them. If you are in a company or you're working somewhere, share your goals with people, talk with them, and then don't give up on them. Keep going with them, and maybe you need to change, adapt, modify them a little bit. That is a-okay. And maybe some of your goals you no longer have, halfway through the year, and then maybe you need to set some other ones. There's no right or wrong to it. Don't put pressure on yourself. It's not about perfection. It is about forward momentum and just being your very, very best so that you can live with no regrets. Right? You can
Love
lay your
that.
head down at the end of the night and say, "Man, I've done, a
Gave it
lot
all a
of good
go.
things."
Yeah, that's really good. I love all of those things. I know we absolutely love having people on the show with us, getting to hear about all the feedback. Thank you, Susie. I know I get something out of this every time. So I absolutely love everybody on this journey of therapy with me and my therapist, Susie here, that's not paid, just joking. But thank you guys for being on the journey with us. But if you want to hear about anything or if there's anything you would love for us to talk about, please let us know. We love getting feedback. And then also, please follow us on Facebook if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to reach out, let us know what you like, what you don't like. And if you want to be on the show, hit us up. We want to talk.
Absolutely. Yep. And on the show, we talk about why you worried about it, things you should worry about, what things you shouldn't worry about. And Lindsay, I feel like goals and having a great year is up to you. And so that is
Absolutely.
something that you should worry about. And it's a good kind of worry. It's
It
it's an
is.
awesome type of positive worry. So let's do 2026 together and have our best year yet.